how Allah puts us into trials. The hardness from Allah. Al-Baqarah 2, Ayah 155. وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَيْهِمْ صَلَوَاتٌ مِّن رَّبِّهِمْ وَرَحْمَةٌ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُهْتَدُونَ. Surah Al-Baqarah 2, Ayah 155 to 157. And definitely will test you, try you with something of fear and hunger and the loss from the wealth and the soul's self-psyche and the fruits, and give the good news to those who have patience, persevere. When to those calamity reaches them, they say, surely we are for Allah and surely towards Him we will return. They are those on whom prayers and a mercy from their Lord, and they are those who are guided. Now this is the hardness or a trial or we can say a test from Allah, whether you are a believer or whether you are not a believer, whoever you are. Allah says that we will definitely test you with something of fear. The fear of Allah is consciousness of Allah to put yourself right. In the Quran, when you read the verses of the Quran, there are places when the shaitan, the devil, fears mankind. And if you are fearful of the devil or the evil or the shaitan, then he astrays you. When Allah puts a fear in mankind, He expects you put yourself on the right path. That's not dictatorship, that is putting you on the straight path, because He has created us. He knows our weaknesses and things which are wrong for us. And He also explained what is good for us. So He gives us the do's and the don'ts so that we can walk a good life, walk in a right path or have a good life. So He fears something. The first is that He puts a fear in mankind so that he may return to Allah. And there is a fear of hunger about jobs. I don't have a job, or I'm looking for a job, or the business people are starting business, they are fearful that it will work or not. You are fear of hunger. Or natural disasters also. People are dying, still today also, when Allah makes sure that people die of hunger, though no man can put, all the world, mankind put together cannot feed them. If He makes sure that there are people who's going to die because of hunger, you cannot do anything about it with all your petrodollars. That's His way. And then He puts a fear loss of wealth. The loss of wealth and the loss of the soul, the self, the psyche, and the fruits of your works. So in this ayah there are 4-5 things. This is a trial from Allah to mankind. When people do not know, they think that something magic is going on. If something goes wrong in their life, they think this is a magic going on with me, or they go to different people to find out why my things are not working as my wish and vain desires are. Instead of thinking that Allah is taking my incident that takes place in my life, whatever incident it takes, which your action is not involved, whenever your action is not involved, Allah is putting you into a trial so that you return to Allah. Mostly people do not know the ayahs of this ayah. They think that my life is in a position because some people has done to me, or something is going wrong, or something blaming others, or blaming yourself. So this is a hardness or a trial from Allah. And these are the 4 things. The 4 I mentioned, from fear and the hunger and the loss of wealth and the fruits. This is a trial from Allah, and people react to this and take up decision of their own. Without taking guidance, they are hurt and they feel hurt and feel bad about it. So when good people, what is the consolation in this verse, in the further ayah? الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. when to those the calamity reaches them, they surely say, we are for Allah, and surely towards Him will we return. Meaning, whenever certain thing happens to you, which your action is not connected, when you are not you are in a position when your action is not involved, it is from Allah. So people who want consolation should say this: Alladina idha asabatum musiba, when to those calamity reaches them, they say, surely we are for Allah, and surely towards Him we will return. Meaning, we have to go back to Allah and take guidance. And if you say that, further Allah said, they are those on whom are prayers and a mercy from their Lord, and they are those who are guided. So if we are in that position, we must refrain, persevere, have patience that Allah is trying us, rather getting fooled by somebody who is doing something to you. Nobody can do anything to anyone. No one can harm anyone except by the permission of Allah. So go back to Allah, and He is saying that we are for Allah, we'll seek guidance from Allah, and then there are prayers. You have to start in the, in the Quran, we Muslims praise prayers 5 times a day. And what is a prayer? We have communication with Allah in prayers. We recite the ayahs of Allah, which is a two-way communication. In the normal way of life, people are besieging or asking God, Allah. But in the Quran, there are positions described in the ayah, the situations, and when we recite the ayah, is a communication from mankind and as well an answer from Allah. So what I am reading, you can see this is an explanation of an event that may take place in your life. So when we recite in the prayers these verses, this we make sure that Allah we will definitely try you with something of fear, and I'm praying these, repeating those verses. So in my thought form, it is persistent. The verse is persistent in my mind, that Allah is trying me, and I bow down to that and I prostrate myself. So tranquility, peace will be attained.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Muhammad Sheikh's channel. Please click the bell icon so that you may receive timely notifications of our upcoming videos.